Welcome into another episode of the Neely Schmidt Yourself podcast. I am Mike Neely, joined
by Jonathan Schmidt.
And together we make the Neely Schmidt Yourself podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Today we got another fun March bracket to go over today.
March
Madness.
Of our own bracket than our own brackets.
Yeah, that's ain't basketball. No, so if you're looking for that, you can stick around, but that is not what we're talking about today.
No basketball. And also another important thing that is also today is Mike's birthday.
Yeah, thanks. Birthdays are weird when you get older.
I mean, they're fun.
They are fun.
Because
they are different.
32.
32.
You're my age now.
Yes, we're exactly the same age now.
Yes. But I'll be turning 33 next month. But right. I also got you something.
Oh, you got? Why'd you? You didn't even get me anything.
I got you something. It's a card.
Oh, thanks. It's a card. We're doing great. We're not slap happy at all. All right, I'll show it to the audience. It says, "Fun party, huh? We have to leave immediately." This says quickly. You peed on the rug, didn't you? I'll get our coats. I don't know if the camera can even pick that up. Okay. $25 Taco Bell. Appreciate that. It says this birthday, just relax and go with the flow, which we totally will today. Happy birthday, my dude. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for being my best friend. Oh, thanks, man. Love you, dude. Same. Thanks, John. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Also, Taco Bell.
Dude,
you can't go wrong with Taco Bell.
You can't go wrong with some T-Bell. Unless
also, you got the next day. Also Taco Bell. Just sorry, I'm going to talk about Browns a little bit.
It's fine. Who got Taco Bell?
No, he got referred to Taco Bell because the Browns signed Jameis Winston, right?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with Taco Bell?
So I saw like a random fact or someone pulled up and goes, Jameis Winston's like Taco Bell. You know what you're going to get. It could either be good or it could be bad.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
No. But I thought it was interesting that he referred to
He's like a steady mediocre.
Yeah.
Like he's good enough to be in the league.
But haven't you gone to Taco Bell and had
if you go to a bad location, sure.
Even the good ones sometimes have their moments.
I feel like what you want is you want it to be like Papa John's, which is usually consistently like the same everywhere you go.
Yes.
But in reality, you're just like, if I go to the wrong area and get this, it's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that means it might have a higher likelihood of food poisoning. And then that means, bad.
I've never had food poisoning.
I haven't ever had a real big problem with Taco Bell. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
But we're continuing with our March Madness of bracketness of our month long of March that we're going to be doing of our podcasts. So this week, we are doing cartoons.
Cartoons. And mainly Disney cartoons. We got different things with they're on WB Kids and Fox and the things we grew up with. Some of these I'm sure are still some active shows, but
also this was kind of hard to put together.
Our list was what at 32?
Yeah, it was 32
and
I go teams.
Yeah, it's a bracket.
But we had 32 of them, and we had to narrow it down to 16. So please, if you're watching this, please don't hate us on our choices. It was super hard.
There's some things that are not on there, and I'm going to be the one who takes the heat. You can roast me in the comments all you want. Mm-hmm. Those 5 viewers that are here.
I'm still happy.
I took SpongeBob off. I'm not the biggest fan of SpongeBob, and I just needed you all to know that we took SpongeBob off, and it's my decision. My wife never really grew up with it, but that's because she's Patrick and she lived on a rock, so I'll make a SpongeBob reference.
Then it turns into a turtle at some point.
You told me that, but I haven't. I don't even know that episode, which tells you how much I watch SpongeBob. That's good. I took it off.
Also, we took off
Doug.
Which I was okay with, but you were like,
no, but
I love Doug.
As long as it's Nickelodeon Doug and not Disney Doug, because there's a difference. Patty mayonnaise, the beats,
yeah, I get it. But also the weird thing is, I struggle. I was looking all these up, and I was like, all of a sudden I'm scrolling through, and I was like, it was Wikipedia, like, of just what?
I think it's time. Yeah. Dink it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
What are you drinking today?
IPA.
Grass. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Hefeweizen. Classic.
Yeah, we're nothing
Classic.
different that I haven't had already on our podcasts. Since we are getting ready, putting our house on the market.
This weekend.
Yes. That's the other crazy thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. It could possibly sell this weekend.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it could.
I feel like we might be having more episodes filmed here.
Yes.
That's all right. This, as you can see behind us, there's some changes happening. Some more changes will be happening this week, so I'm excited about.
Yeah. Brought the paint back over.
Yeah, the paint back over. I'm gonna paint some white up, and yeah, I'm liking.
And I do agree with you. Seeing it in person does look a lot different than seeing it through a camera.
Yeah.
With you on the opposite end when I'm at home.
I'm liking how it's going. There's a lot of stuff I want to put up.
I am seriously digging the screen, the dark green though.
The dark green is, if you guys can't see it obviously, but the whole back wall this way going around is all this really dark green, and it's got this like, I don't know. I'm gonna talk about this for like 2 seconds. It's got this like, someone's over in like they're a study, and then there's got a fireplace, and like
it's like that
you're just like reading a book, and
all you need is a dead animal on top of it.
Oh yeah,
giant elk.
Got this family picture up above the fireplace that's way too big that anyone's like, it's taller than most ceilings. Oh yeah, and it's very very old.
Giant chair and the family's
leather bound chair. Yeah.
That's so great.
But that's the kind of green that this is, and I really do like it. I really do like it. Yeah. Let's get into this tournament.
Yeah,
let's get through this. Let's see. And I want to know too, like, I want to know if we are able to go through this and know what you guys at home, like, what we left off. What did you think? Like, how could you dare take this off? Like, I want to hear, like, what does everyone else like? These are the shows that we like.
Yes.
We're gonna take heat for it. It's fine.
Mike does not like it. That I don't like, but we put on here anyway.
I'm curious where this actually goes and where this, like, what wins, because we didn't know each other these times, and so we're gonna have some very different opinions. But yeah, let's get into it. Want to thank Anna and Andrea for everything that they're doing, because Anna is behind the computer today, and she's helping us. Anna and Andrea have been doing a lot behind the scenes of getting this bracket together and helping us kind of put this all together, and been super helpful for that.
Without our wives, where would we be?
In a van down by the river.
Probably you and I would be living in the van together.
Well, yeah, and you may be murdering me, but we're here, and so that's not happening. So that's good.
No, not wrong.
Our wives definitely make us better. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. But yeah, let's get into this bracket. Let's see how we're doing here. I believe this was all done at random of how they jumble these up here. But let's get into the first side of this bracket. Obviously, we got match number 1. We got Dexter's Laboratory versus Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I know where I'm going.
I started going.
I'm gonna let you go.
This one's I know where I want to go, because I remember growing up, I love Spider-Man. It was like Batman, Spider-Man.
You know? Oh yeah.
Like, those were the two. Those were the solid ones.
A lot of my foundation, for sure.
So, and then Dexter. I just love Dexter because
Dee, you're my invention, Dee.
Like, and he tries to keep her out, and somehow she still ends up coming into his laboratory, and it's like he has like an elevator in his like room. It's weird. It's crazy.
I don't know how they afforded anything.
I don't know either.
Because his dad didn't seem like it was kind of like Jimmy Neutron before Jimmy Neutron, and she's like this stereotypical like blonde girl. And if you haven't seen it,
if you ever seen the comparison of like how Dexter Laboratory is almost like Big Bang Theory.
No, but
They
I've
did the
seen they've made a
compare-
lot of.
like-
I've seen they've done a lot of like things that are similar and like,
Yeah.
been able to. Yeah,
But I
know there's
I
supposed to
like-
be some.
if I had to choose now, I'd like it would definitely be Spider-Man.
Okay, well that's what I'm picking.
Oh, I
So
figured you would.
Spider-Man's moving on. Okay, so Spider-Man's moving on. We got Angry Beavers.
I love Angry Beavers.
I mean I put it on this list too, so that's on me too.
Angry Beavers is just awesome. They're two brothers that are beavers, and then they have to go they have to move out of their house or whatever, and they move in together and build their own dam, and it's so cool. And they beaver their own.
You should tell someone about this show who hasn't seen it, like my wife, who cracks up every
it's
time.
So funny.
No, just the name, just the name. Every time she's just like, I'm sorry, what? Can you imagine if one of our wives wore an Angry Beavers t-shirt and if you didn't know what that meant?
It could be bad.
Anyway, I didn't even realize Jimmy Neutron was next on this because I really haven't looked at the bracket.
That's the point.
I know, this is why. I mean, Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy
it's different
Neutron
type of cartoon for sure.
Yes, it's good.
It's the 3Ds, craze that took over. Jimmy Neutron was.
I like the Jimmy Neutron and like Fairly Odd Parents crossover. That was a good one.
When they switch sides.
Yeah.
I'm definitely leaning more towards Jimmy Neutron. I
agree. I agree
thinking,
with you on this one though.
I'm looking back at what would I go back and want to rewatch more, and well.
Oh yeah, and Angry Beavers still holds up to today. If you're like in the mood of I just want to just veg out and just watch something really stupid, and it's just not like stupid that way. It's like nonsense.
Here's what I want you to tell us. I want you to tell the folks at home, wherever they're listening. I need you to talk to them about you watching this and then your wife finding out, and she's like, "What the heck is
this?" It was like one time I turned it on and I was like watching it because it was on. Because what do we have? It's on. I think it's on Paramount Plus because I found it.
Because Nickelodeon, so yes.
Yeah, so it was on Paramount Plus, and I was like, Angry Beavers? This would be like a show I remember growing up as a kid. It would just be randomly on it, like not late at night, but like it'd be like one of those like
it's definitely one of
a weird time.
It wasn't late at night because Nick and Night would have been on, but it would have been like maybe one of the later. Was it one of the later ones?
Could have been. But it was so funny, and it was like, what is this? I was like, I love Angry Beavers. It's so much fun.
Did she know what it was?
No, she had no idea.
So neither of our wives know.
But it's been, it was like what? It was probably right during COVID, so it was like I was at home. So that's the last time I've watched it. But I've watched it, and I was watched so many episodes.
But would you watch Angry Beavers or would you watch Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron, if I had
okay, so I'm saying Jimmy Neutron.
I would go with Jimmy Neutron because I think it just holds up better. But yeah,
all right.
Angry Beavers is still.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. There's reasons why it's on the list.
It's not getting past the first round.
No.
Okay. This next one's going to be super difficult. We got Rugrats versus Batman Beyond. One of my favorite characters versus one of the shows that I probably watched a ton growing up. Like, I watched. This is gonna sound terrible, and I don't even care if I'm making fun of myself. I remember watching Rugrats before I could read. Like, I didn't know what the title said. Like, I learned how to read, I think, later than most.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I'm doing fine. Like, I've got a college degree. It's fine. But like, I think I remember understood stuff. But like, I think it's just an interesting like. I mean, I've watched it that long. Where all grown up, wasn't the biggest fan of, but I Rugrats in Paris, like the VHS
that was orange.
The VHS tape was orange, like the I don't know. There's a lot of nostalgic things that I think about when I think about Rugrats.
I'm sorry. This one's I feel like I like Rugrats, but I feel like Batman Beyond would actually be really good.
I think the thing is simple here. I think what we need to do is we need to move Batman Beyond over.
Yeah.
It's something I still watch now. I read
with
comics on it now. Like, it's still one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
But we are Yeah, let's move that. Let's move that on.
I think Batman Beyond moves because like I could watch that today.
It still holds up.
I think like Rugrats.
I would watch it again.
I would watch it. I wouldn't say no to it. But if I had to,
if the movie came on,
if those were my only 2 shows to watch when it came.
Oh yeah, but I know
it's Batman Beyond.
I think that's a good thought of like how we need to like go about this tournament is choosing those like this. Okay, this next one's going to be super difficult because we're talking about TMNT, the cartoon that came out in the 80s versus Recess. This is difficult.
I already know what I would pick just because I grew up. That was probably the first VHS I had of like the show. And it was
which show are you? Cool.
The original back in the 80s.
I mean, this is the show. They took it. For those that don't know, they took a graphic novel that was very, very graphic, and then switched it. Turned it into a kids' TV show that's a huge industry that now Nickelodeon owns the property. So, I mean, I'm saying TMNT. That's the one that I would go back to. I have watched way more of that than I have Recess. Now, but I remember Recess though, like coming home from school and like it was.
Or even like Saturday mornings. It was
always on Saturday mornings.
It was like, how did it come up? It was like there was like this promo right before like it would start. Was Recess on Nickelodeon?
Disney.
Right? Disney. Oh,
it was Disney.
Okay.
And so I would get off the bus at school, and I would race inside because I knew the moment I got home, Recess started. So I'd watch it right when I came home.
So I didn't grow up with cable. Growing up, I had rabbit ears. So
I got rabbit ears now.
There was like a Disney. I think it was on ABC.
ABC owns.
So like every Saturday morning, they would have cartoons, and it'd be Disney, and they had Recess on it. That's how I used to watch Recess growing up.
Show is great. If it was versus anything else,
movie, if I'm not mistaken,
they did do a movie towards the end. They did do a movie. Yeah, I'm saying TMNT moves on.
Yeah,
it's holding with us more nowadays. All right, let's get to that other side of the bracket. Are we going to go all the way through this? Will we go all the way through this?
I think we should go all the way.
We'll go all the way to the finals of this, and then we'll go to the other side. I like that. Okay.
Change it up this time.
What do we got?
Let's not start with that one. Let's hold that one off. Let's go with Spider-Man versus Jimmy Neutron, or do you want to start with Batman Beyond versus TMNT?
We'll start with Spider-Man versus Jimmy Neutron, and I'll let you go first.
This one's hard.
This one is definitely hard. This whole side is difficult.
I think that's the reason why the wives did this to us.
Yeah. Yes, it
make it interesting.
Yeah.
But if you want a different segue, so we can mellow into this a little bit, because Andrea didn't watch the last episode, right? Like when we were recording it, and she didn't know what. Like I asked her, I was like, "So what do you think who won? What do you think?" And that Pokemon thing, what do you think that won? She goes, "Oh, cards, easily. It's the cards."
I thought the cards were going to win.
I did not think the cards were going to win.
Well, that's.
But also being nostalgic of that, but like
sure,
Andrea was shocked that. She goes, I was not expecting that. So I thought that was fun to like get her reaction after it, because knowing like how we chose and the reason why.
Because it's very low scripted. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know what I want to win. What do you want Jimmy Neutron to win, or do you want?
I kind of want Jimmy Neutron to win, but I know. I like Spider-Man, but if I had to choose, like,
if you put both of them in front of me right now,
I'm watching Jimmy Neutron.
I'm watching Spider-Man. I almost think that we need to rock paper scissors it, or make Anna behind the camera pick.
I say we rock paper scissors this.
Okay, best out of 3.
Or
no, the first one. Just for the first one. Yeah. Okay, rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. All right, Jimmy Neutron goes on. That's how that works. That's how that works. All right. That hurts a little, but this is gonna hurt worse.
I'm gonna let.
No. I
let you decide on this one. Not decide on this one. I want you to talk about this one, because this is You're both two beloved shows.
This is probably my like personal like final.
Yeah.
Terry McGinnis is one of my favorite characters of all time. The setup of being like basically Spider-Man and just being the youthful guy out there in Neo Gotham, and the whole concept is just so different. But I like turtles, and so I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I know that
you like turtles?
I know that not everyone loves Batman Beyond the way I do. I mean, yes,
I used to have a turtle.
You used to have a
I
turtle.
used to have a turtle. I actually had.
What are your turtles name?
I had two. One died.
Aw. Thought they lived forever.
The one ate it.
It's a turtle eat turtle world.
Yeah. So I had a turtle. I had Torterra, and I had Turtwig, but then it got really big, so then I evolved it to Torterra. Yeah, it was like this big, and then it grew to be this big.
It was a big turtle.
So I said it evolved. It grew into Torterra. I named them after Pokemon, but
I'm gonna name mine if we ever get turtles after Renaissance painters.
Yeah, I gotcha. Get it.
Oh, okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So is it turtle or a bat?
All right, I'm making my decision.
If I
know what you're choosing. You're choosing TMNT because that's turtles. What you. Yeah, you're choosing turtles. It makes sense. Not everyone's the Batman Beyond fan, and I get true. It. I think if they made an animated series that apparently got scrapped by the same people who did Spider-Verse, if they did that,
wow.
Oh really? Yeah, I'll show you some of the. You can search it online, but there's like the screenshots or the stills that came out, and I'm just like, everyone would have been clamoring over this title, and people would start loving it too. And I'm not even mad. I want people to enjoy that. So yeah, Turtles goes on. Mainstream's gonna want that. I know it's like this.
Master Splinter would be happy.
Yeah, I'm sure that he would.
Ooh. Right. This one I feel like is a.
We know it's in the final.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and put Turtles in the final now.
Turtles moves on. So would that be Maryland? Because
they're terrapins.
Terrapins, isn't that a turtle? A family of the turtles. Terrapin.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Even though they're in the Big Ten, so we don't have to wait for them.
Are they though?
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, all right, the basketball team is pretty decent.
The basketball team is decent. Okay, let's go to this other side and see what we got. We have, I think, a matchup. I think there's a lot more Nickelodeon on the other side.
Do have a lot more Nickelodeon. Oh, and there's the beloved Pokemon is on that side.
Why does it got to go against Scooby-Doo?
I know, that's hard.
Okay. We're going to do this. Kim Possible versus Rocket Power. I have an answer. Here's how we solve this.
Are you going with Kim Possible?
Nope. I need you to put your hand out. Just above mine like this. Like this. Woogity, 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 woogity. That's what moving on.
Okay, Squid. Yep.
Why am I the new kid? Yeah, it's 100%. My wife is behind the screen like, what are you doing? Why I don't understand.
What is going on?
References the show. Squid was the new kid on the block. He was the new kid who just moved in and his parents were there and he lived in the cul-de-sac. Talking about Rocket Power.
Rocket Power.
It's probably good that our wife's behind the camera.
Rocket Power.
It was just so hyped.
Also,
and they're in California.
So what else
here, Shore Shack.
Yeah.
And Tito and his little.
Also, it was so good. Kim Possible was great.
Kim Possible was great. It wasn't Rocket Power.
It wasn't Rocket Power.
Boogity boogity.
Also, I watched Rocket Power at the same time I was watching Angry Beavers as well.
Dude, Rocket Power is great.
It was so good.
Rocket Power also is. It was during the time where like extreme sports were really big. Yes. Like X Games was big. Tony Hawk Pro Skater was big.
Yes. It's still big. I think this show would still be really good if it still was like they try to redo it.
Okay. All right, we're moving on. Wild Thornberries versus Fairly Odd Parents.
I have my clear choice on this
one. I'm saying Wild Thornberries.
Ooh, I'm going Fairly Odd Parents because of Cosmo. Wanda, come on. Oh, and they had a baby. I forgot what the baby's name was.
I don't know, man. I loved the safari aspect, and I hate that
I was, if I had to choose any like cartoon to grow up and wanted to be like lived in, who doesn't want fairy godparents?
Well, like,
yeah, sure. You have a horrible babysitter named Vicky Icky. But like,
I would.
And then you had like
you put both for me. I'm watching Wild Thornberries first.
Oh no, I'm watching. No, so we have the rock paper scissors, or do we have Anna?
Anna,
decided by Anna.
Anna. We need to know.
Oh,
Anna says Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents win.
All right, that's fine.
No, Timmy Turner.
So we get my son sleeping right above us, and we're trying to record. All right, what do we got next? We got can we do the other one first, the below one? Because I know the answer to that one.
That one's easy.
I love Pinky and the Brain. I know they tried to take over the world.
My first ever watching superheroes was definitely the Batman animated series.
I'm pretty sure
that's where I fell in love with Batman. Like growing up.
That was. I don't know if I would be the Batman fan. I wouldn't like Batman Beyond if it wasn't for Batman. I mean, we've had this discussion on a podcast before. Like, I still, literally, my background on my phone is you know what?
It's the Batman animated series.
It's Batman.
Also, whenever we were doing our Dudes Day, you found I think it was Batman the animated series ornament that you gave your brother.
I did.
In his cape went up. It was really cool.
We found some really good ornaments that day.
We did. That was actually a fun day.
That's a good day. We need to do that again.
Yes.
We do.
Dude's Day. Yeah.
Okay, so that moves on.
Yeah.
And then we have to do Scooby-Doo versus Pokemon. I know what I want to move on.
I know what I want to move on too, but I don't think it's going to.
Do you want Scooby-Doo or Pokemon?
I want Pokemon to move on.
Okay, Pokemon moves on.
So, but this is the hard thing. Let's talk. We got to talk about this. We can't just be like, Pokemon moves on. Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Think about Pokemon. Still on today. They just launched a new season on Netflix.
Scooby-Doo is still on.
I know.
Scooby-Doo came out of Resurrection of like, they were playing these reruns all the time. So much so they started just doing these direct-to-TV movies. Yeah. And then they ended up making the show. From a property they made in the 70s?
Yes.
From Hanna-Barbera? Like,
yes.
This should not have worked and did work. They were just playing like, we're just going to play old stuff. We just got nothing else to do. Like, here we go. And then kids are like, I want Scooby-Doo stuff. Like,
it's just weird because like they had like the little, what was it? The little Scooby-Doos. It was like them being younger.
It was the, what's a pup named Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, a pup named Scooby-Doo.
I love that version. I think that was late 80s.
There's a new movie that just came out that I just watched with my nephew.
They're doing a lot of like crossover. I think like WWE and
I forgot
Batman
crossover of Scooby-Doo with Supernatural in an episode.
Yes. You told me about this.
It was awesome. It was super funny because like during that episode, they're like, okay, this is a ghost, and they're like, yeah, and Fred goes, I bet you it's so and so, and Dean and Sam were like, shut up, Fred. Grab this gun. they're like, what? Rock salt. Don't worry about it. It's funny. And it was like Dean and Sam were telling him like, yeah, Fred, shut up. You don't know anything.
I haven't seen it, but it's on like Max. You can watch it, I think.
No, you can watch. It's on Netflix. I think.
I need to get Netflix back.
But
it's fine. Pokemon can move on.
Pokemon moves on.
Here's the problem.
Those are two big heavy hitters. Going at each other.
Are we going Rocket Power or are we going Fairly Odd Parents?
Ooh. I think it's
Woody. Rocket Power moves on. This next one, I don't know how this moves on. This is one of my favorite shows and your favorite show. This is like the final.
Yeah, this is tough. This one's really hard. It's just
now I'm talking like not my opinion, away from my opinion. Batman the Animated Series is critically acclaimed as maybe one of the best cartoons of all time.
mm-hmm.
Pokemon has games with it, has like this whole thing outside of just a show that makes it big.
True, but so does Batman has its own video.
Yeah, well, I'm talking. I mean, it does, and I think they may have had a Batman the Animated Series. I think on the SNES they had some games. I think on the Game Boy they had stuff.
Yes, but I mean, it's.
But like, is it? Are you knowing Batman for the video games?
No.
I mean, there's. I'm sure there are people out there that
but also
do.
There's people that know Pokemon without the video games. That's how it got started.
Yeah, but there's. I mean, you could argue there's comics. You could argue there's sure. I'm talking about like.
When you think about Batman, Batman's been around what?
But not just. But it's not just. It's not just Batman. I'm talking about like that voice actor. You got Mark Hamill as the Joker. You have that. Kevin Conroy is like when I see Batman and I'm reading Batman or I'm hearing his voice, like his voice, not
Batman's moved on. This is a hard one.
Are you okay with that? I need to know if you're okay with it. That's where we're at right now.
And I think it should move on because of how if both of those shows are up and the watchability, that's what I'm going. Even though the early Pokemon, like I'm watching it right now with Riley.
Yeah, it's
still good. Also, Pikachu in those early, chef kiss to that because Pikachu is amazing and Pikachu is an actual character, and that's the reason why he's the face.
Did you
know originally they wanted Clefairy to be the face of?
That'd be a much different world we live in.
I know, right? Sorry, just fun fact on that one.
That's interesting.
But yeah,
can you imagine that being on the game, like the first go around, outside of the red, blue, green. Yeah, anyway, that'd be weird.
Clefairy.
No, they made the right choice.
They said like either Pikachu. I think the choices were Pikachu, Eevee, and Clefairy were like who they wanted to be like Ash's Pokemon like during the show and stuff. It was weird.
I just realized what we have left.
Yeah.
All right. We have Rocket Power versus Batman, the animated series.
I would go with the Batman.
Okay, Batman moves on.
Batman moves
you know where I'm at. I love Rocket Power. Batman moves on.
The Batsman. Where's the Turtles?
Okay, now that they've had a crossover. This is a real crossover. There's a
Tell me where the Turtles are.
Goodness gracious.
Where are those turtles, Mike? I am the Batman. Is that how you want to go? Like that? They'd be like, no, totally tubular, dude.
It's Cowabunga.
But whatever, they also say that too.
I
was just thinking what Mike would say.
They did a crossover and it's fantastic. I think my wife's letting me go, but I don't know why.
This is what counted. Yeah, how big are you? How strong are you?
Anyway, your dad win. I mean, I love the Turtles, but I love the Turtles from the live action movies from the late 80s, early 90s. Like, that's for me, like, peak. Like, outside of the original comic, which if you haven't read, like, it is worth a read. Like, it is very, very good, and they adapted that really well into a kid-friendly but version of the original that was a graphic novel that is not so kid-friendly.
Yeah, I just
look, dude.
They also eat pizza. Like, how can you not like? You see Batman, you see Bruce Wayne.
How much?
Like, oh, hey, where my pizza at, Alfred? No,
a lobster Thermidor.
Exactly.
Like a Lego Batman reference. Anyway,
Everyone was kung fu fighting.
are we talking? Here's what I need to separate. Are we talking about just the 80s cartoon? Because look, if you put all the medias together, like this is a much different.
If you compare,
I'm talking about just the cartoon.
If you're just talking about the cartoons from the 80s, I think the storyline is so good.
Have you how recently have you watched an episode? Because I can tell you, because I've watched it in the last year. The rewatchability.
2013.
That's too long.
I know.
It's on Paramount Plus. You can fix that tonight on your fall asleep to Turtles.
Good, I don't have Paramount Plus. It's at my house, which I'm not staying at my house.
Oh. Well,
the reason why I'm not staying in my house is our house, not my house. Our house is because we're going on the market. Don't want to clean the house again. So
yeah, it just makes sense, especially when you're about to put it on this weekend. People are seeing it and all that jazz.
Yeah,
okay. Surprise! It's so clean. Okay.
Simon Jackson.
Okay, I think we need to go with the Batman. I think we gotta go Batman. Look, if
rock paper scissors.
We can't have the final on rock paper scissors. Literally,
why not?
The rewatchability is so much better with Batman than it is the Turtles. The show is good, but from start to end of Batman, there is not an episode that I'm like, oh, this is bad. No. Every episode of Batman, the animated series, is fantastic. There are some that are better than others.
Watch the animated series.
So as someone who watches it weekly, I have a problem, and I'm an adult.
I've watched the first episode 150 times.
I probably have more than that.
I'm sorry, Kakal's gonna just walk out and go, I'm Batman.
I would be such a proud dad.
I know. Like, oh, I'm Dad. No, you Batman.
I'm Batman.
Is that what?
Why is Dad Batman? Have you ever seen Batman and Dad in the same room together? No, he's Batman.
No, it's the guy that says, I'm Dad.
My brother would be so mad though.
If they didn't win?
No. If Cal thought I was Batman, he'd be like, no, Uncle Sean is Batman. And he'd like put the mask on. He's like, no, Dad's Batman.
Dad's Batman. Batman wouldn't put his mask in front of me. Nah. See?
Yeah, no.
It'd be kind of interesting seeing Batman with a beard.
It would. Although, did you ever see the Amazon Christmas special that they did with Batman?
No.
You should. It's very good. It's definitely a very Cartoon Network.
I'll go home and when I go back to Andrew, be like, hey, we gotta watch this on.
Yeah, he's gonna watch this. It's
so all right.
Look, I have watched both of these, and these are shows that these are franchises that I like still indulge in and still.
I am digging that. If you see our Final Four, just look at our Final Four though. I'm sorry, I'm just noticing this. Both Nickelodeon
And getting to the. It's still Nickelodeon with TMNT, arguably.
Yes, I would say now, but I'm just saying like that's pretty good.
I'm a little disappointed Spider-Man didn't make it further, but it probably would have lost. It may have lost to the Turtles.
It would have lost to the Turtles.
Wow. It's the Turtles are
turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
That's a different reference.
Turtle. Come on. I'm trying to convince you that it's the Turtles.
I don't think no.
I think we spent like 5 minutes of me trying to convince you that it should be the Turtles.
You should. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I will not say anything for a few minutes, and I want to give you the floor to tell me why the Turtles over Batman, and try to convince me.
I know I'm not going to convince you.
No, you might.
Oh,
this is still one of my favorite franchises. Literally, we went to because of the Power Rangers TMNT crossover.
Exactly.
I got into comics. Like there's plenty of argument
because of that, right?
That's what got me into.
So the Turtles won you over to get into comics.
But you know what I'm currently reading? Gotham Central that's talking about the police with Batman in the city. It's focusing more on the cops. Rather, I am literally reading about a Batman universe comic, not Turtles.
See, I don't know.
I read so much more DC. Anna says I'm a nerd. Fine, I don't care.
It's okay. It's okay to be a nerd.
Hmm.
I am. See, whenever I see TMNT, I think the old school 80s cartoon that I absolutely loved, and I watched from start to finish. I also liked the Batman animated series from whenever I saw watching, but I remember growing up as a kid loving that.
Yeah.
But also loved Ninja Turtles. I mean, Pokemon really ruled my life.
Sure.
I mean, it took over everything. Not everything, but yeah, it did. But let's be honest. But so, like, if it was against the Turtles against Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, no, it's Pokemon all the way. So I see your point.
Sure.
The reason why it's Batman over the Turtles, but for me, I feel like I'm more nostalgic with the Turtles over.
I'll give you the Turtles because it's something that we both enjoy, and if it's a collaborative, this is not my competition. This is a us competition. So us both love this thing more than we equally love this other thing. So I will say Turtles can win.
Turtles wins.
Turtles wins because it's not a Mike competition. This is not a John competition. This is a Neely Schmidt competition, and so for that reason, Turtles wins.
I think I might need to check myself.
Before you wreck yourself?
I think I just.
Well, I don't want to buy
I just Neely Schmidt myself because
I don't want to change this couch. It was cheap. It's fine.
Turtles.
Turtles.
Who doesn't like the Turtles? I mean, how can you not?
Dude,
like?
It's great, and
it's so good.
Have you watched the new movie, by the way?
No, I have not.
Dude, it's super good. They're making a show after it. They're making a game after it. The new movie is fantastic. I'm excited for new kids to be able to see and grow up with what we grew up with.
But like, that's the other thing that like it's getting to the kids now. Like they're coming out with new.
It's definitely a show too that you can watch when you're a little bit younger and enjoy.
Yeah.
Compared to like Batman, you need to be like 7, 8, 9 to really enjoy. I mean, you could watch younger than that. I don't know if I'd advise that, but for you to be able to enjoy what's going on, where like the Turtles is like
Turtles.
Yeah,
I think we're turning enough for the Turtle Club, Bill. Come on.
Turtles wins. Cowabunga.
I convinced him on his birthday. I convinced him.
Hey, I was trying to be selfless and say, hey, look, like this is about us.
Oh.
And not a Mike standing on. Look, Pokemon didn't even make it to the Final Four.
I know.
But that's also because it was in the same bracket.
I mean, if he was going against Batman, I'm like, yeah, it kind of loses on that one. It has to.
Yeah.
But I just see Turtles just winning out in my eyes, and I just see why.
I get why. Like, look, there's games around it. There's a lot of things around it.
Also, Turtles in Time on the NES.
I want to get the stuff on the Switch, the throwbacks, like to all of them. I think it'd be fun if we could. This is pipe dream. This will probably never happen, but I would love to be able to like build an arcade box and like be able to just like play that with. Literally, you're live on the internet, and you're like, you know what? We could steal one illegally, borrow permanently, one outside of a Taco Bell.
One of my friends has a box, or he has a Ninja Turtles one, and he has the original Turtles game, and then he can switch out and put the Turtles in Time.
Does he have just like a SNES? Just like
no, he bought an arcade that was made for the arcade. Yeah.
Who?
Dan,
if you're watching, which you're not, there might be some ruckus in your garage, and there might be some ruckus in your basement. Don't mind it.
We're gonna come steal it.
It's just gonna be in my basement.
Kidding. Also, that thing's heavy. is massive.
Well, it can't go in your basement.
No.
So in my basement.
My bad.
Just kidding. I did say
it can fit down. I don't know if it can get down the door.
It probably won't. We were at the video game store today, and
did you get anything good?
I got Toy Story 2.
Solid.
I got to pick it up Friday because it wasn't at the location.
Where'd you guys go?
Went to play it, trade it up in Polaris.
Oh, cool.
And I price charted everything, like what I was wanting for. Like I had my wish list and stuff. But it was
it's like reel it in. It's too expensive.
She gave me a budget.
Good.
And I told him like, okay, like she's like, I don't know what to get you. And I'm like, let's just give me a budget of like what I can spend and like I know what I'm looking for.
Good.
And so I bought a comic. I bought a reprint of the first prints of Black Panther today, and then I bought. Well, I'll get it Friday, but I got Toy Story 2, which I think we've had on a different podcast already. We like showed.
That's the one it's for the N64, correct?
But I'm excited to be able to like play the platformer and be able to like go through that. And there's definitely other things on the list but that was one of the ones that I like really wanted, and it was less than $15. So
good.
I'm excited. Yeah. We were at the video game store and there was like this smaller X-Men arcade, and I was like, that would be pretty cool. I mean, it'd be a really expensive single game to play. Like, think about it. Like, an arcade plays one game, and it costs the cost of like
that's
one.
Kind of like when they came out with like the redo of the Super Nintendo and the original Nintendo. It was just like the little boxes that you plugged in.
Yeah,
and had, like, I want all the other games downloaded into it.
I want them to do that for the N64, and of course, they have not.
No, they're gonna have you buy it on the Switch.
Well, yeah, it's on the online service that I don't pay for.
That's how they did it with like the original games for like the like Pokemon. So like on my 3DS, I have red, blue, yellow, gold, and silver.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's true because I replayed Super Mario 64. That was Anna playing the episode.
Ooh.
From behind the screen. It's okay. That's what happens on live television, folks. Like it never even happened.
We're gonna do it live.
We're gonna do it live.
We're gonna do it live. Have you not seen that clip before?
What clip are you talking about?
Oh, there's a dude. I forget what it is. It's like a news anchor, and like they keep messing up like his track or something, and he goes, "I'm gonna do it live," and he goes, and he's just screaming, and they have him mic'd, but like it's like behind the scenes, and then it goes like, "Do-do-do-do, oh, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da, so and this on this day of the news, and blah blah blah," and like straight up just literally like swearing at him, like telling him like, "Oh, like have you heard of Alex Trebek?" Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. But have you heard Alex Trebek like swear?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's wonderful because he like says something. And he goes, and he's making fun of himself. And goes, man, I feel like stupid and swearing at himself, and it's great. But yeah, there's like a dude that goes, screw it, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Just do it live. Yep.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live.
Are you
in person?
Okay, I'm gonna reel back. Cast back. Look how terrible I was doing that because I don't know how to fish because I don't fish.
We'll go fishing. I'll teach you how to fish.
I can play on the N64 and get one of them special remotes and just. It's like the same thing.
The N64 makes those?
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not the Wii.
No. Well, they probably do too.
Okay.
But I think that's the thing.
All right.
We'll fact check it. I could be wrong. But are you surprised TMNT won? Because I am.
I kind of am.
I just thought that it would be like.
I'm kind of shocked that it did win. Not thinking of what there was some heavy hitters on that.
I mean, there are some things that I think could have made it to the end.
Oh, there's a lot of things that could
have
at the end.
I told you.
Oh,
Anna looked it up.
It does exist.
The fishing reel, at the.
Oh, that is
hilarious.
And it looks like that. Okay, that's what we need to find. That's what you need to get.
No, I don't actually need to.
Why?
No.
No, I definitely you need to
Especially not for $80, thanks to the crappy sources of DK oldies. Don't ever buy from them. They're terrible. Not important. It exists.
It exists. I was wrong.
Can you? Is this the N64 controller? Wasn't weird enough already?
It wasn't. Yeah, that's such an iconic controller. Hey, that would be a fun one to do.
What? A tournament of
of controllers.
Nintendo has so many. Literally, PlayStation. Like, we're gonna be pretty consistent.
Xbox. The original Xbox controller was all bulky.
It was
big. It was big boy.
That was big boy.
Oh, big boy. Oh yeah.
Like the restaurant Big Boy.
No, that's called Frisch's.
No, that's called Big Boy.
It's called Frisch's.
It's Frisch's Big Boy.
Yeah, we always, us Northern Ohio people referred it to Big Boy. Southern Ohio people refer to it as Frisch's.
Well, that's because they're wrong, and they're the only ones who have it. So maybe they win.
Oh, we should go to Frisch's. I love Frisch's, and I go, you mean Big Boy?
Like, Big Boy?
What? But if you ever do a collab,
are there any around Columbus still?
Yes, there's one off of Hamilton.
Where else are they?
Good question.
You, as a former health inspector, should know.
There's one off of Hamilton, South Hamilton, right by 33.
And there used to be one off 23, and it's gone.
No, it's still there.
No, I drive
past. No. I'm talking one on 33.
Oh, Hamilton.
Like
yeah.
Hamilton and 33. So.
All right.
Well, I think that's it. So.
I'm definitely Neely Schmidt myself.
Same here. The Turtles won. So.
Turtles won.
I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And thank you for Neely Schmidt Yourself.